Money Bound TV, RRT Posse YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Now, if you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thank you. Now, today, I'm doing a video on a topic from one of my subscribers. His name is RT Mace. My homie hit me up through Instagram. He asked me, could I just do a video about giving some pointers about how to give report. And I understand, like, when giving report as a new grad, as a new respiratory therapist, it can be kind of nerve-wracking. Like, what do I say? What don't I say? Do they want to know about the history, the family, this and that? To find out, just keep watching. What we represent, man?
Big Money Bound.
Say, let her know, man.
Big Money Bound.
The kids, man. You got the kids, man. When giving report, the first thing you want to tell the oncoming therapist is the patient's name, age, what brought them into the hospital, and what have they been diagnosed with. It's meaning, like, let's say patient came in with shortness of breath. Patient was diagnosed with pneumonia. That's key. What brought them in? What were they diagnosed with? Chief complaint, what's the diagnosis? You don't want to leave that stuff out. The patient's respiratory history. Do they have asthma, COPD, bronchitis, cystic fibrosis, one lung, partial lung? You want to let me know their complete respiratory history. Respiratory history. I don't want to know their work history unless it involves working at a place which deteriorated their lung functions. Now, if that's the case, that's cool. They worked around chemicals, worked around like a mining company, construction, taking in like a lot of dust, a lot of like gravel. That's cool. But don't tell me nothing about they worked at McDonald's, Wet Willie's. They used to be a stripper. Hey, come on, man. Come on now. You get what I'm saying? Like, let me know their respiratory history. What kind of O2 is the patient on? That's important. You're like, what kind of O2 they on? That's silly. You know, I need to know if the patient is on 4 liters, 3 liters, or 2 liters. You tell me the patient is on 2 liters, I go in there. The patient on 5 liters, sat 80%. Hey, something going on now. They just told me he was on 2. So who changed it to 5? And when did the patient's SATs drop and nobody notified respiratory therapy? Because we could have been fixed this problem by just giving the patient what? More oxygen. We on 5%. Let's go to a venti mask. 50%. That doesn't work. Let's go to another breather mask of 100%. That don't work. Let's go to bypass. So it's stages to this, man. It's stages. Any problems that the patient had throughout the day, any other patients, if anything occurred with that patient that you're giving a report on, that's what you want to let the oncoming therapist know about those problems that the patient have. For example, patient could have been on 50% venti mask. You realize the patient was sat in 100%. So you drop them down to a 35% venti mask. But as soon as you do that, the patient's SATs drop and they go below 92. So you put them back on 50% and the oxygen level returns to normal. That's very important for me to know. Because if I go in there and the patient is on 50% sat 100, naturally I'm going to want to decrease the FiO2. But if I know you just had a problem when you did that, maybe I may adjust it a little bit slower. Instead of going from 50 to 35, I go from 50 to 40%. That's why it's good to let the oncoming therapist know what events took place with that patient throughout the day, so I know how to address them if I come across them again. And that O2 is a big one, man. Because it's a lot of times you see a patient on 100% non-rebreather, sat 100%. You take him off and put him on 50%. Now he don't drop down to the 80s and low 90s. You're like, whoa, maybe I should not have done that. And when a patient is on 100% non-rebreather, to wean the patient down slowly but surely, you first want to move the piece on the non-rebreather mask, it's a little white piece, kind of like a tannish colored piece. You want to remove that first. Take that off. That drops it down to around 75 to 80% FiO2. How do I know this? Respiratory therapy, Big Money Bound TV. Like, hey, I got you. I can take you to the lake, but I can't make you drink. All right, moving on. Any ABGs that was done on the patient, you want to let the oncoming therapist know. What was the ABG done on? If it was on a vent, what was the vent settings? If it was just on room air, if it was just on like oxygen, say the oxygen level, and what was the values? If it was normal, hey, everything was normal. Now, if it was a bad one, okay, the ABG was a respiratory acidosis The patient's overall PCO2 was at 60, so we increased the rate of the vent, or we put the patient on a BiPAP to blow off the CO2. Bingo. Now that's how you gotta communicate this stuff to me. I don't want to have to go in there and find out, well, dang, the man did 3 ABGs, all of them was bad. He ain't tell me nothing. So you want to let him know about ABGs that was done. If they were bad, let him know. If they was good, say, hey, everything was good over here. You got no problems right there. Cool. Is the patient on any type of respiratory machines? That's key to let a therapist know. Any kind of respiratory machines, BiPAP, nocturnal CPAP, or ventilators. You want to let them know what's going on with the patient on that machine. What is the patient current settings on that machine? Was the settings changed throughout the day? If so, the reason why. If not, the reason why. You want to let them know everything that occurred with that vent. You come into a room, you see the doctor has just changed the settings for whatever reason. He changed them because he's the doctor, or she changed them. I don't want to be sexist. Women can be doctors too. Forgive me. She came in and she changed them. Hey, you ask them why? Oh, because yada yada, they give you some silly reason. You just tell the oncoming therapist, hey, the doctor made vent changes and this is what they currently are. This is this patient's current vent settings. Throughout the day, he was on 80% FiO2. Now we dropped him down to 40% because we did an ABG and found out his PaO2 was extremely high. So we dropped that FiO2. Bing. That's why that vent change was made. That setting vent change, that was made. You gotta that's key communication. What's the patient's code status? That is very important. Is the patient a full code, a DNR, a DNI? You gotta find out what's the patient's status. I don't know how many times we don't went into a patient's room. I don't experience as a student, as a therapist. What's this guy's status? What's his status? Nobody knows, but we end up doing compressions and we don't know. Oh, luckily, yes. Luckily, he was a full code, a full resuscitation. Don't hold back. Bring me back to life. Because had he not been, that could have been some problems, So find out the patient's status and let the oncoming therapist know. You're doing all of this stuff per patient. You may be like, this is a lot of stuff to tell somebody. We're dealing with humans' lives. This is important stuff. This is all the important stuff. This is important. Last thing that you want to tell the person coming on. The last thing, the person that you give them a report, the last thing that you want to tell them is, best of luck and stay strong, my friend. Thanks for watching. Big Money Bound TV, RRT Posse, man. Bringing the videos every Monday, 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. But for unscheduled videos, you got to turn on your post notifications so you'll miss none of these unscheduled videos. I think I dropped 6 or 7 videos last week. You probably didn't even see them all because you didn't have on post notifications. Come on, now I'm giving you the goodies. I'm giving you the fruits of my labor. I'm giving you the real life. Big Money Bound TV folds up. See y'all next time.